Welcome to my channel. My name is Ria and today we're going to talk about the new moon happening in the sign of Virgo. New moons bring in new energy. New moons are seeding points of the energy that we will work on for the next lunar month or so. So this one's at 11 degrees of Virgo. Virgo is the sign that's to do with getting organized, getting cleaned, cleaning. It's to do with diet, health, nutrition, our day-to-day, our routine. All these things are Virgo related. So generally speaking, these are the big themes that can come up with this moon. More important is where 11 degrees of Virgo is in your chart. So if you guys know your charts, look for 11 degrees of Virgo. That's where this energy is impacting you. So for this video, I'm going to keep it short and we're not going to go over the charts. So let's get started. Now, the first important thing I want to talk about is that this moon is in an opposition to Saturn. Saturn is at 16 degrees of Pisces and this moon's at 11 degrees of Virgo. Virgo and Pisces axis is the opposing axis, right? Virgo and Pisces, they oppose each other. And Saturn is the planet of decisions, of commitments, of hard work. It's not got much to do with feelings as well. It can bring delays at times, but in an aspect to this moon, what this means to me is that this moon is asking for some decisions as well. It's asking us to commit. It's asking us to get organized in a very serious way. It's asking us, what do you want to commit to, what do you not want to commit to for the long run. So these are the big themes that can be highlighted. Saturn, like I said, is not about emotions. So emotionally we can feel maybe a little stressed, maybe a little pressured to take these decisions, to make these commitments, to decide, right? But with Saturn, if we do the work, that's important. That's what Saturn wants. So regardless of how we are feeling, if we get organized and get streamlined and do these things, it will be beneficial for us. The next thing I want to talk about is that Mercury is now direct. It was retrograde on the previous moon. Mercury retrogrades can bring delays in communication. It can be a feeling of things feeling a little slow, like a lull, right? It can feel like that, but now it is direct. So any slowness in communication specifically can now seem to be resolved. Now the pace of that communication or any issue related to communication can be much better than before. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that Pluto has entered the sign of Capricorn for the last time. If you guys have been watching me, then you know in 2023 March, Pluto entered the sign of Aquarius after spending 15 years in Capricorn. Since 2008, Pluto was transiting the sign of Capricorn. And then finally in 2023 March, it entered Aquarius. What this means is a big closeout of the themes starting 2008 to 2023. But that's not all, right? Pluto, it did enter Aquarius in March 2023, but it re-entered Capricorn shortly after. Finally, it entered Aquarius again Jan 2024. It's been there since Jan 2024, but now it's back in Capricorn. And what this means is that we are still not fully done closing out that chapter from 2008. And we will be done November of this year. It also means that March 2023, we started a new chapter and it's there, but it's not in full bloom. The past will close out by November fully and the new chapter will begin in a much stronger way. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that on this moon, we have Venus sitting next to the south node, Ketu, in the sign of Libra. Venus rules the sign of Libra. Venus is the planet to do with relationships. It's to do with our projects. It's to do with our finances and self-worth. And Ketu, the south node, is about cutting things out. It's about detachments. It's about letting go. And the south node has been in Libra since July 2023. So since July 2023, these themes of letting go of what's not working in terms of relationships, in terms of financial matters, in terms of our self-worth, is happening. But with Venus there, it's magnified on this moon, right? So there might be some decision that leads us to cut something out, connected to relationships, connected to projects, connected to finances. And this is not always a negative thing, right? It could be the way we approach relationships. It could be the way we view ourselves. So it could be something as simple as that, but that energy is there. The next thing I want to mention before I kind of close it out for today is the fact that we have the outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, at the end degrees of the signs they have been transiting. And this is relevant not just for this video, but to understand the overall energy that's going on in the background, because that's more important if you ask me, right? Because we will have another new moon in a month's time, right? But the underlying energy gives that moon context. So one of the things that I want to mention right now is that the outer planets are at their last degrees. And what this means is, in the next few years, in the near future, we will be closing out more and more chapters. Yes, Pluto is back into Capricorn, and the final closing out will happen in November. Neptune is at 29 degrees of Pisces. It will enter Aries soon in the near future, and Uranus is also right now at 27 degrees of Taurus, and it will enter Gemini. And overall, the thing we need to understand, if there was one thing, is themes are changing in a big way, not immediately, but in the near future. So to sum it up, I would say that this moon is about getting organized. It's about decisions. It may be related to our relationships and financial matters as well, but in a big way, we might be getting organized on this moon. The outer planets, with Pluto back in Capricorn and Uranus at 27 degrees of Taurus and Neptune at 29 degrees, themes are about to shift, not immediately, but in the near future. Mercury is direct now, so any slowness could have felt a little easier now, because Mercury is a personal planet, right? We have a lot of planets retrograde at the moment. We do have Saturn retrograde, we have Neptune retrograde, we have Uranus retrograde, Pluto retrograde. So we do have a lot of retrograde energy, and retrograde means review. Retrogrades can feel like a slowdown, right? So the beginning of this year was very fast, but now it seems to have slowed down a little. But Mercury is very important because it's a personal planet. So when it goes retrograde, we feel it a lot more. So the pace has picked up with Mercury going direct a few days before this moon, but it's not as fast as the beginning of the year, because beginning of this year, all planets were direct. Now we don't have that with us. So I hope this video was useful, and I just wanted to give you guys the highlights, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.